And Tate in the middle, and Tate gets it down towards the centre half forward position. Baxter's over the top, handball away. Cornwall slipped as he tried to go at it. Bigham kick off the ground, back to whence it came. Running at it quickly and picking it up was Potter. Then he dropped it. Clifford's there, great pick up, gets it away. Left foot kick over towards half forward. Lindsay to run onto it from centre wing. He's got it now inside 50. Lazarick can pick it up and handball over the top. That Gaylord who runs in 15 metres out should goal and has missed. And through for one behind. Would have been a great start for the Devils. But there was just a tackle on him as he got his kick away. It was enough to put him off. And they go to 3-5-23. Corio, Thomson 1. 4-10 Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 50 seconds played.
Well, I'm sure Ricky would have said to him at quarter time, Jason, that their work rate's got to lift in this quarter because if they don't, Thomson will probably seize them on the scoreboard. So evidence already there that that's probably what he said, work hard around the footy.
Well, we'll see how good the wind is because Savali Armstrong has the ball in the goal square, Bruce behind him.
Get ready Forbesy, I'd say.
Decides
and
to
he's
move
100
in.
metres away.
Well, it's a glorious kick. It's going to land inside the centre square. Forbes can't take the mark. Picked up at the back by Ricky O'Toole. A reverse torpedo into full forward. Big pack of players there. Ricky Lazarick fell over. Couldn't pick the footy up. Comes back luckily to Clifford. Handball to nowhere. Picked up by Armstrong. Well, almost picked up. He's pushed in the back. Nose to the umpire. And finally the whistle will go. The ball under 3 or 4 players. 20 metres out directly in front of the Corio goal. Kicking against the breeze to the eastern end in this second quarter. The ball goes up Rivet to do the ruck work against Anderton. Ball comes out Potter. Can't take the football. Picked up there by Dowie for Thomson. Well, went straight through Lindsay. Picked up by Feldman. Round the body. Ball's at centre half forward pretty rapidly. Picked up by Nankervis. 2 kicks from the length of the ground here for Thomson. Oh, great mark in defence, Danny Ruck. Now Cryer away. Ball comes out wide. Player on his own in Collins. Nobody anywhere near him. Runs forward. Terrible kick with the bruise. Looking for Cornwall. Attacks the footy. Picks it up. Handball looking for Clifford. Finds him. Eludes a tackle, Lee Clifford. Now kicks it long towards full forward. That's a pretty good kick in the circumstances. In front Forbes. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Oh, player tackle high as Toby Lindsay. Maybe a little fortunate because he was falling to the ground as the tackle came. But it is a free kick. And
tough one from there.
It'll be a huge kick. Man on the mark, 40 metres out directly in front, but directly into the bruise, Toby Lindsay. Probably not the strongest kick in the side anyway. And it will take a very good kick from there. Not a lot of movement.
I'd run around the man in the mark. It was me. I'd let him jump up.
Ricky O'Toole looking for the handball. Ricky Lazarick looking for the handball, but Toby Lindsay might destroy us all because he's got the distance. Unfortunately, just offline. So another behind to the Corio tally. 3 goals, 6-24. They lead Thomson 1-4-10. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 3 minutes gone.
Yeah, just into the play, not that play where they went forward, the time after, before that, Clifford got a bit of a heavy knock in the pack there, but I think he might be okay. He just looks a little bit gingery.
So Armstrong from fullback once again. Put it in the centre, I suspect, Spud. He does. Torpedo punt. Puts it into the middle. Looking for Riley. O'Toole gives a nice little shove and says that's the mark.
Ooh,
so Ricky O'Toole.
Umpire didn't see Forbes.
So he goes towards Collins. Baxter goes back. Great courage by Chris Baxter. Look for the boundary line. He's much too far away for that little hit towards it. Collins gives it back to Clifford. And he gets a little kick away, toe poke. Now Lazarick got O'Toole in support. They'll handball it to him. Gives it back, has to get around Riley, does so easily. Now puts on the gas, goes the right foot kick long towards full forward. Might be okay, Manning, in the right spot. They took the mark 20 metres out.
There's 2 on the goal square in their own, so they're queuing up for it down there. They're just definitely lifted their work rate, haven't they?
And
just the right man that can kick it.
I hope for Thomson's sake they don't think the wind's going to kick them 6 goals.
Well, I think they made the mistake in the last quarter last week, Laurie, didn't they? Kicking with the bruise in the last quarter, thought the wind would do it for them, and they had to work a bit harder than that.
So Shane Manning has kicked 1 goal this afternoon already. This for number 2 and for Corio's 4th. And an important one in the early stages of the second term. Into the wind. He comes in now. McLeod stands the mark. He keeps it low. And it's hit the post. So 1 goal, 1. His tally. They got a 3-7-25. Corio, Thomson 1-4-10. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 5 minutes played.
He made good contact with it, didn't he?
Certainly did. So, and went to the right-hand post, but hit it. Sabali Armstrong stab kicks it to the middle of the ground. Mark on the chest.
Joke.
Anderton quickly to Dowie by hand. That's the way to kick it. One long kick and it's at full forward for Thomson. Coming hard at the footballs. Danny Ruck, Panther, pushed off it too easily there. Picked up by Bigham. Goes towards centre wing. Picked up by Clifford for Corio. Chips it with the into the bruise. Cornwall can't take the mark. Dowie comes in hard for the footy. Oh, great work, Nevada Cornwall. Put a bit of pressure on the ball carrier on that occasion, and Dowie's pushed over the boundary line with the footy. But he's had a bit of a Dowie already.
Yeah, he certainly has. Lee Clifford's getting a bit of a turn this quarter.
So the ball now in front of our broadcast position on centre wing. Thrown in. Tapped forward by the Corio player in Tate. Ricky O'Toole carried towards the fence with the football. And the boundary umpire will do it again. Probably Thomson going 10 metres on that exercise, as the boundary umpire will put the ball in once again. Tate and Anderton. Tate clearly gets the tap forward. Down to Clifford, Laurie's just mentioned, getting a bit of the footy. Gaylard picked up nicely. Handball over the top. Another handball to Cornwall. Cornwall didn't handballed it to nowhere. Picked up by Armstrong. Off one step, ball goes to centre half forward. The crumb comes to Riley. Riley, a long kick to full forward. Panther, one hand, almost took the mark, but Ruck picks up the crumbs. Now kicks it across the ground to Ricky O'Toole, half-back flank. He's away quickly. Runs his full measure, chips it to the middle of the ground to Lee Clifford, drops the chest mark. Took it too easy. Recovers it well, but his luck is a fortune. Dan O'Connor penalised for pushing Lee Clifford in the back. And... they'll need to get the footy to him fairly quickly, and there's players running loose, but now they're covered as Clifford on centre wing kicks it into the bruise towards half forward. Big pack of players there. Up high there was Werner playing centre half forward. Great tackle on the ball carrier. So Corio have been lucky enough to keep it at centre half forward, and Brad Roberts now is holding his back lorry, so might have suffered in that contest, but at centre half forward. Ball goes in the air from the umpire. Chad Ribbett almost took it out of the ruck contest. Does get it to ground. Picked up by Ricky Lazarick. He gets the ball to his boot. The wind takes the round. Terrific attack on the football. Marcus Forbes, strong mark on his chest up high. And backward of centre half back. Kicks it down to the centre mud patch. Yates, slipped forward. Great mark there by Stephen Rickett. Behind his opponent there, and nice looking pass. Unfortunately can't find a teammate there in Collins. Does well Collins, butters up. Ricky Lazarick tackle without the football. No, said the umpire. Now the umpire will move in, and he was rather lucky, I think, there, Dowie, because the ball was under him, and umpire didn't pay the free kick. Puts it in the air. Doing the ruck work again was the big fella Rivet, and gets it to Ricky O'Toole to Cornwall by hand. Now the umpire will come in and do it once again. In front of the change room here at Godfrey Street, 8 minutes into the second quarter. 3-7 plays 1-4, Corio in front.
So a ball up. Rivet comes at it. Umpire Formose is over. And now the kick away from Dowie goes towards half forward. Bigham in front. Now curves on hands and knees. Can he get away from King? No, he can't. Tries to get it away. The umpire says no. Holding the ball. And free kick to King. Dan Curvis gets up.
Be careful.
Yeah. So Matthew King at half back. Back to the middle. Short kick to Bigham's okay. Takes the mark. Plays on now. Draws a play. Not much to give it to. Gives it a standing start. Rickett. Now he handballs it back to Bigham. Get a shepherd from Lazarick. Got a bit of time now on centre wing. Right foot kick towards a leader Rivet. Over there Forbes. Good mark Clifford. Still 50 out from goal, so a big kick from there. He'll go long towards the goal square. Gives it everything he's got. Brings it back with the breeze. It's going to land in the goal square. Off hands at the back of the pack. Play on the call. Manning's over the top of it. They want to try and push it through. I suspect Roberts does so in the tangle there. Pushes it through for a rush behind. To the Devils. They go to 3-8-26. They lead Thomson 1-4-10. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 9.5 minutes played.
So Armstrong once again. Had a bit of the footy Corio in the forward half, Laurie.
Yes, they have, Eric. They've lifted the work rate. They're running in numbers, and exactly what you're going to do into the breeze.
So Armstrong now decides to chip short to the back pocket. Mark taken by Baxter. Runs on quickly now. Kicks long to centre wing. And at the back of the pack, reading the ball very well, was Hayes for Corio. Took the chest mark.
I reckon he's a little bit underrated, this kid. I like his play, Eric.
I don't know what happened there, but the umpire had no hesitation in moving in and he's given a 50-metre penalty against Thomson.
Yeah, I don't know what that was for, but I was going to mention it before. He does a few good little things for a halfbacker, this little fella. He's not big, but he's got plenty of guts.
So Hayes, handball quickly to Lazarick. Didn't think he could kick anywhere near that distance. Lazarick, not a real good kick either. In defence is Todd McLeod. Kicks it back to the centre of the ground. Good work there with body from Riley. Bigham in the way. Handball to O'Toole. He's got about 4 to boot. Can't get through them. Does get the ball out. Picked up there by Feldman. Long way up the ground. Kicks it to centre half forward. And in fact, Anderton has taken the mark in the centre of the ground for Thomson. Kicks it long towards the full forward. One out there is Panther. Hasn't had a kick so far. And a rush behind at the other end of the ground on this occasion for Thomson. Pushed through by Matty McNamara. And it's his first score for the quarter to Thomson, 1-5-11. They trail Corio 3-8-26. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 11 minutes gone.
Well, there's some good defensive work back there. When the ball comes in long, they realise they're going to come in long. They man up pretty tight and get fist on the ball and put as much pressure on as they can.
So Ricky Bigham kicks in and finds Kane Hayes, still inside defensive 50 for Corio. Drives it towards halfback. It was touched off the boot. Goes towards Gardner. Chopped off by Lewis. Now close to the boundary line. Yates can't keep it in. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Out of side, half forward flank. Thomson into attack at the western end of the ground. And a throw in for Yates and for Justin Tate. Umpire throws it in now. Favours Lazarick at the back, who takes out the ruck contest and runs away. Gets a kick free towards centre wing. Taking a good diving mark, Lee Clifford. To try and drill it towards centre half forward. Goes there now, running back with a fly to the footy was Lindsay. Might have enough toe to get away from Hood. He does so and breaks away too from Flakemore. Handball over the top and Lazarick had it and lost it. Baxter's there also. Pack develops 3-on-1. Umpire says held to him. And we'll have a ball up, point of the centre square at half forward for Corio.
Quarter time other GDFL games. Belpost still 5-5, East Geelong 2-1. Bannockburn 2-3, Belmont Lions 3-1. Anarchy 1-2, Winchelsea 8-8. North Geelong 2-4, Werribee Central's 2-1, Geelong West 1-1, Inverleigh 4-4.
From the ruck contest goes towards Nankervis on centre wing, doesn't keep his feet. King now a kick off the ground by O'Connor. Free kick for kicking in danger, going to go to Matty King.
That's a bit stiff.
We'll take the free kick on centre wing for Corio. So King chips the ball to Bigham. Takes the mark, just inside the centre square, plays on quickly, gives it away by hand to Rickett. Now he goes with a little toe poke over the top to Clifford. It's okay, takes the mark, got Collins outboard, goes in that direction. If it sits through him, he can have a go at goal. He goes now and drills the ball towards Rivet. That's a good kick. And Rivet will shoot for goal from 15 metres out.
It's a tough kick though.
It's going to be difficult from there, I think.
And a cute angle.
But it was good coverage of the footy to bring it up the ground from the Corio side. They worked very, very well there, and as I said before, they're working very, very hard.
So Rivet comes in, keeps it low, and kicks a goal.
Yeah, that's a magnificent kick.
Great kick, Chad Rivet. He's put it straight through the middle for his first of the afternoon. And the fourth for Corio. They go to 4-8-32, and they lead Thomson 1-5-11. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 13 and a half minutes played.
Well, the guy that's doing all the work for Corio in the forward half is Clifford. Everywhere he goes, the footy's chasing him, and I've been watching him. He's probably hasn't been in the right spots, but the footy keeps going there, so sometimes that happens. And Matty King's lifted his work rate a little bit too. He's doing fairly well across back there, and that's where it's coming from. They're putting as much pressure on as they can.
So back in the middle once again. Ball goes up. Tate gets the tap down to Cornwall. Nice little give to Ricky O'Toole. Handball goes out to centre wing. Corio go forward to half forward. Gaylard attacks the footy, can't get it however. Baxter over by hand to Aitchison. Aitchison immediately tackled by Gaylard. And the umpire.
He was going to get pinged.
I don't think he knew quite what he was going to give actually, but finally the decision. Interesting, Laurie Corio not running a spare man in defence. In contrast.
That wouldn't be Ricky's cup of tea, I don't think.
So at half forward, ball goes up once again. Good body work there by Riley. Gives the Thomson players the clearance to overrun it. Picked up by O'Connor. Nice handball now to Riley, who's run on. He kicks it long towards the full forward over the head there of Panther. And the ball lands inside the field of play and just over the boundary line. 25 metres from the behind post. I don't know that Panther has actually had a touch line, has he?
No, he hasn't had a touch.
So maybe Danny Ruck playing, although the ball hasn't been really delivered all that well to him, I've got to confess. So the ball now in the hands of the boundary umpire. About to bring the ball in once again, which he does. Big pack of players there. Anderton, nice little tap down. Unfortunately, at the drop of the footy, it's all Corio. Picked up by Bigham. Back towards centre wing. Overrunning the footballers. Yates picked up there by Werner. He does well. Tries to get on his left foot. Ball smothered off his boot by Roberts. He's tackled from behind, but gets the foot to the footy, and luck is a fortune because Feldman at centre half forward on his own. Don't know where his opponent was, but Troy Feldman, and not without a chance to kick this from 55. He will move in fact, will probably kick from 50 with the bruise behind him. Troy Feldman moves in right on the 50-metre arc. Gee, I don't know that...
he leaned back on that a bit, I think, didn't he?
Hasn't quite got the direction, certainly. A third behind to Troy Feldman. Hasn't got the boots on as he had last week. 1 goal, 6-12, Thomson. They trail Corio 4-8-32. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 16 minutes gone.
Ruck kicks in, finds Matthew King, close to the boundary line at half-back. Clifford gives him a lead, he goes in that direction. He's turned the ball over to his opposite number, Feldman. He's got some support there. Feldman drags it back in. Be careful. The umpire says held to him.
Very lucky.
And it will be a ball up at half forward for Thomson. So the umpire throws the ball in the air. Andlin gets there late. Tapped down by Tate towards Collins. Kicks around the corner and out of bounds on the full. And Savali Armstrong with the free kick. Not without a chance from 60 metres out. They're telling him to have a shot.
Yep.
Well, there's not much to kick to in between him and the goal, so he might as well have a go. He comes in now. Not a bad kick. Puts it into the square. Oh, just at the last line of defence, mark taken for Corio. And they can run away now through Rickett. Goes to the middle of the ground looking for Cornwall. Nearly plucks the mark out of the air. Surrounded by Thomson players. And the umpire will come in and ball it up.
He read that pretty well, a fullback, Ricky O'Toole.
Yeah, Ricky O'Toole.
Right on the line.
So a ball up between half-back and centre wing. Werner in fact, it was Werner in the ruck. Now pack develops again. Pretty scrambly play. The umpire's picked out a free kick, pushing the back. And
down to Thomson.
Dowie will take the free kick. So Brett Dowie in the middle of the ground. Goes towards the lead of Panther. He's got a couple against him. He goes up. And a free for a hold. It's advantage paid to Corio, so Ruck will run away at half-back. Goes with the right foot kick towards the leader Clifford. Baxter against him, coming at it Gaylard as well. Baxter gets around on the left boot, pretty close to the boundary line. O'Connor can take the mark. Yes, he can. He can take the mark. Handballs it back in dangerously to Armstrong. Got half a shepherd from the umpire. Good shepherd, Nankervis. Armstrong goes long. Panther and Feldman, they go up. But he can't take the mark. Panther off hands. Lewis. The numbers with Corio. Bigham, can he get it away? No, he can't. It's out of bounds on the full. So it will be a free kick. And taking the free kick is Brett Dowie. 50 metres out from goal. Panther doesn't mind a leap. He got up pretty high.
Did he ever? There was a few others with him,
yeah.
Weren't there?
So Brett Dowie.
He wouldn't be without a chance of this.
Who has kicked the goal for Thomson. He comes in now. Oh, you put the moz on him. He's kicked it across the face of goal, and Matthew King has taken the mark. Gives it away by hand to Ricky O'Toole. Not much to kick to. He draws Gardner and kicks it low towards Collins over his head and also Armstrong's. O'Connor comes at it and off hands. And it will be a boundary throw in. In between wing and half forward. Southern side of the ground. Boundary throw in for Yates and Lazarick. Over the back, Nankervis sits though for Manning. Gets a kick away towards centre half forward. Aitchison runs back with a flight of the football. Doesn't sit for him. Clifford's in there. He can't take it either at the first attempt. Second attempt he can. Wheels around on the right boot. Goes towards Collins who can run onto it as well if it sits for him. He takes the mark. Gets a shepherd from Manning. Goes to the right foot towards the goal square. Rivet takes the mark. And Werner says settle down, turn around and shoot for goal from 5 metres out directly in front.
Good play from Collins there, wasn't it?
Very good play, yes. He's been moving along this wing there, Eric, and it's a good play on a day like today. Get off the pack, just run out there. The footy's going to come to you.
So Rivet comes in, kicks the goal. His second. And for Corio, their fifth. They got a 5-8. 38, they lead Thomson 1-6-12. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 19.5 minutes played.
Makes you almost think that Corio revel in going into the breeze.
Well, they're playing very, very well. Their back half's doing very well down there. They're prepared to run the lines. They're running in numbers, Eric. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Every time you see the ball hit the ground, there's about 3 or 4 Corio players in the vicinity. They've made a couple of errors, but that's what you do when you take your chances. I think Tatey's had the best in the ruck as well, so they're getting the first use of the ball most of the times from the centre. So.
And Clifford's been a focal point at centre half forward. Like, he's given them an option of whether he gets the mark, but he's making a contest and getting the handball out.
That's right, exactly right. And he's had a lot of touches this quarter.
So the ball back in the middle with the umpire, Tate, now opposed to Yates. Tate does get the tap down clearly again. Ball comes back through his legs, however. Picked up there by Lazarick. Handball over the top, looking for Cornwall. Gee, the ball's like a lump of soap, but Cornwall gets the left foot to the footy. Roberts attacks the footy, but so does Tate, does well.
Great play, Tatey.
No, he's been free kicked. Oh, no, he hasn't. The umpire pointed the right way. So Tate put his body on the line.
He committed himself.
He did, absolutely, and got the free kick as a result of that. So Tate now looking for players to give him some movement further up the ground. Need to just kick it now as far as he can. There's a huge number of players. They've all flooded back into the defensive half for Thomson. Well, it's a wonderful kick because out of all that, Shane Manning came in and took the comfortable chest mark. Runs inside 50. Lovely looking kick towards the centre half forward position.
Werner.
And Scotty Werner has drifted down from centre half back. I guess when your opponent goes down to flood and you go with him, the benefit has now been found through Werner taking a mark at, well, he's 30 metres out, the man on the mark. And Werner now will have a shot on goal. Will take a very good kick from the young man, but can kick the footy. Werner now moves in. Can he control it? No, he can't. Terrible kick off the boots. Landed in the forward pocket. Off hands. It's going to go over the boundary line.
Rushed.
Well, no, I thought the umpire might have paid that because he just stepped over the boundary line with it deliberately, but it's 1 metre from the behind post, deep in the attacking area for Corio. 22 minutes gone in this second quarter as the boundary umpire puts the ball in. Rivet punches forward, picked up by Lazarick, tackled immediately. I was going to say ping for holding the footy because I think he had an opportunity, but not to be. And now the ball is 15 metres out directly in front for Corio as the ball goes up. Rivet took the ball, can't get a kick unfortunately. Oh, it fell off his hand to Cy Gaylard, and gee, the wing took that, drifted it right across a behind only. So another behind to Corio, 5-9-39. They lead Thomson 1-6-12. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 22 and a half minutes gone.
So Armstrong with a footy at fullback.
Chad Rivets haven't run the ruck or moving down the ground. Yeah, that's a good move, that, because they're going to kick it down to where he is.
Armstrong goes long into the middle of the ground. Aitchison, Roberts. Oh, Aitchison read it beautifully. Off a step to centre half forward, 2-on-2. Panther.
He's got to move
to centre half forward. Not a bad move either. He takes the mark. Andon in the square, 1-on-1 with Ruck. And he thinks he's going to kick this. 55 metres out. Ross Panther directly in front with the breeze. He goes back to line it up. Rickett standing the mark.
Socks up.
Let's see how he goes. His first mark and kick of the day.
He's a quality player, so don't be surprised.
He comes in now. Right foot kick. Gives it everything he's got. And Bigham on the line off hands. And I think it was
Terry Nankervis.
Terry Nankervis has turned around, taken off the back of the pack and kicked the goal. So his first, the second for Thomson. And they go to 2-6-18. And Corio 5-9-39. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 23 and a half minutes played.
I reckon it's poor coaching by Corio, Laurie, because Panther's gone out to centre half forward. Ruck hasn't given him a kick all day, hasn't gone with him, and it's resulted in a goal.
Yes, look, you've got to probably accuse the bench from that area.
Yes,
I don't think Ricky would...
Ricky can't see it all.
He can't see it all from there. No, that's exactly right. I'm not sure whether he's still staying there.
Danny runs on the goal square.
Yep.
So, big task there for
Rickett.
Young Rickett at centre half back as the ball goes in the air. Yates, ball fell for him, gets the punch clear, goes towards centre half forward for Thomson. Now they're on a roll with Hood kicking the ball along the ground towards the Thomson end, but goes all the way toward the boundary, and between wing and half forward outer side, the ball is over the boundary line. 24 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter as the boundary umpire will recover the football and bring it back into play. Another goal would be very, very helpful for Thomson in this 4-0 forward as the ball comes in. Tate in front, beautiful tap down. O'Toole went without it on that occasion. Dives back on the footy, and the umpire said nobody's getting it out, so I'll have it. So where the throw-in landed, still between wing and half forward for Thomson, kicking to the western end in this second quarter. The ball goes up once again. Good tap down from Tate once again, and as far as Dowie off the left foot. Good defensive work there by it was Rickett on that occasion, put the big fist into it. Ball comes clear. Hayes can't get hold of it. Handball comes out to Ricky O'Toole. He finds a bit of space. Kicks the ball long into the breeze. It's over the head of all players toward the boundary line. I think he was more than comfortable to find that position. As the ball's cleared the centre line, it's now between wing and half forward for Corio, kicking to the eastern end. And the ball will be put back into play. As players run towards the contest, there's Tate and Yates doing the ruck work. Ball favours Yates. Lazarick almost took the ball out of the contest. Ball forced forward for Corio, but picked up by Flakemore. Used his strength, doesn't get away.
Oh.
Well, he tried perhaps to bullock his way out of that, and picked up there for Corio. Well, players for Corio getting in each other's way. Finally, Lewis gets a handball and handballs it nowhere to the spare man back there, but picked up by Shane Manning. Hooks it around the body. Well, the wind took that right across the face of goal and out of bounds, adjacent to the behind post. But, well, players getting in one another's way. The teammates not talking, Laurie, I don't think there.
Yeah, and I think the conditions out there are pretty difficult.
I think your fan club's getting in the way too, eh?
The old trainer from Geelong Footy Club 100 years ago, Joey Felder. So the ball comes in at the back of the pack, ball taken by Gaylord. All threw it out there, but the umpire said it's okay. Picked up by McLeod of Thomson. He can't get a kick away. Handball goes to Ricky O'Toole. He kicks it, almost a miraculous score. It's gone right across the face of goal. Kicked it along the ground, looking for the Peter Dacos type goal. But the ball now is on the southern side. Here at Godfrey Street, adjacent to the behind post. Comes back into play. Rivet gets a tap down. Well, nice kick off the ground there for Thomson by Riley. Follows up. Handball over the top to Flakemore. He's clear. Gets the foot to the footy this time. Kicks it out wide. Diving for Justin Tate. Great mark between wing and half forward. And he's done very well in this first half, Tate in the ruck. And now decides to kick the ball back into the corridor. That's where it goes. Lee Clifford's the target at the back there. That was well called out because Lewis called Clifford out. Didn't even put the hands up.
He nearly put the hands up.
Yeah, but
he must have got to see it.
So Lewis took the chest mark. The man on the mark is 40 metres out directly in front. Now Lewis goes for a lovely looking pass into the breeze. At the back of the leading player was Cornwall, led his opponent under the footy, and Manning came in from behind and took a diving mark. So interesting. Lee Clifford, you suggested, copped a knock early. Laurie just gone off the ground. So
just freshen him up a bit.
You think that's what it is?
No, I think he might have got a knock. He might have got a knock.
So Shane Manning. Now, man on the mark, 15 metres out, 45-degree angle, will take a very good control kick, moves in. Well, he does control it beautifully, just snuck it in the right-hand goal post and has kicked his second goal. So Manning has 2, Rivet has 2, but in the meantime, Corio have 6. 6 goals, 9-45, leading Thomson, 2 goals, 6-18. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 28 minutes gone.
Well, that was an in and out kick and out and in, kick and in, out and in through the goals. It was a bit shabby, but it was there.
Well, they've had a very good second quarter into this breeze, Laurie, Corio.
Yeah, they've played very well, Eric. As I said, they've been prepared to run, even off the back half. They've got right down and run and taken a few little risks. And I even reckon their foot disposal and their hand disposal have been a lot better than Thomson as well, into the breeze, and that helps.
So the ball will be back in the middle in a minute. Didn't think we kicked it that far.
I think it might have got wedged under a car or something.
Oh,
There's quite
right.
a number of cars parked behind the goals.
There's quite a big crowd here today, actually.
Quite a number of Geelong Football League people looking at the standard and looking some players, perhaps, Laurie.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they would be, Eric. There's a couple there I've even seen myself today.
Tate gets it down to Feldman. And pack develops in the middle. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Secondary bounce. So they'll do it all again. Yates and Tate both come from the same side. Umpire Formosa throws it in the air. Tate gets it down. towards Cornwall. Now Curvis there as well, off hands. Ricky O'Toole, little handball at the back of the pack now, out wide. Chasing it is Lindsay. Over the top of it also was Roberts. Now kicked by Panther up in the air. No 15 play on the call. Tap back towards Cornwall. Lewis is there also. Handball to Cornwall. Yates, get him high. And we'll take the free kick on centre wing. Goes towards the lead of Lindsay. He's by himself. Handballs it away quickly. And back inboard from Ricketts, okay. Finds Werner at the point of the centre square at half forward. Now goes the left foot kick, tried to veer it towards Manning. McLeod backed himself and did very nicely. Runs away at half back, goes towards centre wing. It's all Corio though. And Rickett takes the mark. Plays on now, drills it back towards the middle. Bigham, good kick.
Who's on some of these?
Nobody. Ricky Bingham's got it by himself. As the siren sounds for half time. And it shows Corio 6-9-45. They lead Thomson 2-6-18 in that quarter. 3 goals, 5 to the Devils and 1 goal, 2 to the Tigers. And it is 27 points of difference at the main break. The goal kickers for Corio, 2 each to Chad Rivet and Shane Manning. Singles to Cy Gaylard and Jed Potter. While for Thomson, goals to Terry Curvis and to Brett Dowie. It's Corio 6-9-45. They lead Thomson 2-6-18 at the main break. We will take a break, and when we come back, the second half action of our matchday live coverage this afternoon between Thomson and Corio at Godfrey Street. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.